for the planning process for.
Yeah.
I did tell them,
Widening.
and then they pulled me aside, like, hey, we want to let
The design is in process for
like,
ADA.
it works together.
That's gonna be
I think that's out down.
So those neighbors, okay?
Yep, they are. Actually, I think we got them calmed down. I've talked to a couple of them.
I'm going to call the November 4th meeting of the West Des Moines City Council to order and invite you all to stand and join us for the Pledge of Allegiance. All righty, please sign in.
Five members present.
Okay, have there been any changes to the agenda?
No changes, Your Honor.
Okay, can I get a motion to approve the agenda as distributed?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Please vote.
5 yes.
Okay, item 2, citizens forum. Anybody that was here for any item that is not either part of public hearings or new business, please come to the podium here, give us your name and address for the record if you'd like to address the council on anything that is not either part of public hearings or new business, item 6 or 7. Is there anybody that would like to address the council on citizens forum? Is there anybody online that would like to address the council for citizens forum? Hit *6 to unmute yourself. *6, not #6. Okay, with that, citizens forum is closed. We're going to move on to item 3, mayor, council, manager report, other entities update. And I'm going to start down to my left here with Councilman Lotz. Any report?
Nothing to report, Your Honor.
Okay. Councilman Trevilian.
Nothing this time.
Okay. Councilwoman Hardman.
Thank you, Mayor. First of all, good evening, everyone. I just would like to share that since the last time we met, I attended the Valley Junction Foundation meeting. I see Steve and Vicki are here. And it's a small group of very dynamic volunteers that are really, truly doing everything that they can to enhance the vitality of what we consider some of our most favorite spots. And so there's a lot of things coming up with the holidays. There's a proposal I'm going to try to get to you all sometime tomorrow about us helping to participate in a really fun activity that they're going to have called kind of the holiday run or trot or something, where they're needing some volunteers and would like city council members to come out and participate. So I'd like to propose that when we get the details from Steve. And maybe, Steve, you can come up during forum and talk about it. But I just want to thank them for all that they're doing. We won't have the lights, all the big lights out this year. It's very expensive, I think close to almost $100-something thousand. Oh, they'll be, you're going to get? Okay, all right. Well, good to hear that. And then I also want to promote that on November the 12th at 4 o'clock, there's going to be a ribbon cutting for the West Des Moines Chamber Foundation, of which Councilman, McKinney, I'm recovering from being sick, but Councilman McKinney and I are both on that foundation board, and we'd like to invite as many people as we can to celebrate Catherine Harrington and her team leading a phenomenal effort of founding a foundation that will help us elevate the work we do in West Des Moines. And then finally, I'd just like to take a moment of personal privilege to say Happy Veterans Day early to all those that have served and that are serving our country, that have served our country, that have given up personal sacrifices. And I know that there'll be more on that later, but I need to lend my voice to my sincere appreciation for all that our veterans have done for us. I am free because of you. So I want to thank you so very, very much.
Okay, thank you, Councilwoman. Councilman McKinney.
Thank you, Mayor, and I echo those sentiments. Certainly thanks and appreciation to all our veterans for service, and you said it well. Thank you, Renee. I'll be brief, Mayor. I just want to extend appreciation to Chief Scott, Police Department, and frankly, City Manager Haddon for all the work they did to help support YJI. And this council, of course, to support YJI. There was a ribbon cutting for YJI on their new space within the West Des Moines Police Department. Mayor, you gave some great comments there that day. And it was great to hear there were a couple of folks that had graduated from the program that spoke about how that particular program helped them turn around their lives. And so pretty powerful to hear their remarks. So other than that, that's all I have at this time. Thank you, Mayor.
Okay, thank you, Councilman. Councilman Hudson.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I will absolutely echo Councilwoman Hardman's remarks. Thank you to our veterans who are here today. You know, it was in 1918 when the guns fell silent on the 11th hour, the 11th day of the 11th month of 1918 in November, as World War I came to an end, the Great War. And that was the moment when I guess President Wilson at the time decided to really create Armistice Day, which eventually evolved into Veterans Day. And as Councilwoman Hardman said, veterans are the reason why so many of us are here today living in the free society that we live. So thank you all, and thank you to all veterans who are out there as well. I was also at the YJI ribbon cutting. What a great moment, because so many students in our community go through YJI and they turn their lives around. So thank you to everyone who's a part of that, especially Jennifer Hahn and Ash Schwenton as well, because they are all making a giant difference. And one more point of personal privilege. Tomorrow is Election Day, and please, if you haven't voted already, please vote. That'll conclude my remarks. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman. Go to City Manager Haddon.
There's an election tomorrow? What? Thanks for reminding me, Greg.
There's also one at the zoo. Don't forget about the election at the zoo. Oscar the Porcupine is
Exactly.
running for mayor of the zoo. It's a big deal. Don't forget about that one.
That's our, Russ, what's your
Work
role
all
in
your way
that?
down the ballot. I'm endorsing Oscar the Porcupine
Yeah.
for mayor of the zoo.
Please vote for
He's going to be great.
Oscar, please.
Going to be great.
All I have is on November 21st at 3:30 PM, there's going to be a ribbon cutting for the Athene Bridge. Very exciting. It's been a long time coming, yet it's happened fairly quickly, and it's another piece of our jewel we're building here in West Des Moines. It is a little half-mile walk from the boathouse, so we have transportation if you need it for carts and others to get there. So November 21st, you never know what that's going to be, right? Could be a blizzard. It could be a lot of things. So we'll just see how it goes that day. So thank you.
All right. Yes, I'm sorry. That's right. Councilwoman Hardman, go ahead.
I really do need to take just a moment to also lift up Chief Scott for something that he did a couple of weeks ago that he probably does every day. But there was a gentleman that came into the police office, a young man who hadn't thought he had the best experience and was a little distraught over it because he wanted to report that there was a big truck that had sandwiched, two trucks that had sandwiched him in and kind of scared him and whatnot. And so he's a student at DMAC in West Des Moines. So he contacted me and wanted to get the issue at least talked about. He wanted to be heard. And I called Chief Scott, and Chief Scott met with this young man and did more than that. He took him on a tour of the police department. He took him in the simulation area and really had a conversation with this young African-American man who sent me this note saying that he had met with Chief Scott. He had such a great conversation. He felt so listened to, and he was happy the way things turned out. So I share that in interest of sometimes it's just a conversation that can get you over the bridge. It's sometimes just being present and listening and having people be heard that can turn a situation from dark to light. And so I don't see Chief Scott. Is he here? I hope that he'll get copies of this remarks. If not, please share it with him, that I was grateful of how quickly he turned the situation around, and the impression that this young man now has of the police department is from A to Z. So the power of conversations, the power of listening, and the power of being present carries a lot of weight, and I want to share that tonight. So thank you, Chief Scott, wherever you're at.
Thank you for your remarks. I also want to say thank you to the veterans. It's great to have so many veterans in the chamber. Thank you for everything that you've done for us, put your lives on the line to make sure that we have the freedom. As they say, freedom is not free. We appreciate the sacrifice that you have all made and that you all are still making every day for us. So thank you very much. Really appreciate it. Okay, and I was at the YJI ribbon cutting as well. It was a great ribbon cutting. A lot of people came out. It's an incredible program. Really helps at-risk youth to make sure that they're going to study table, getting good grades, and looks at youth who have offended and, you know, gets them together with their victim and puts them in a circle with the community and really talks out, you know, what happened when this kid did what he or she did. And it's just it's a restorative justice program. It gives the kid a second chance at life. You know, kids do a lot of stupid things, and this is just a great program. We're extremely fortunate to be able to have it here, and I learned about the program early on when I ran for council, and I've been a part of a circle with one of the kids. It's very moving, very emotional, and it's a great program. I didn't mention this at the ribbon cutting ceremony, but their rate of recidivism is next to nothing. So the kids that offend, they typically don't offend again, and they're put on the straight and narrow, which is great for our community. Okay, moving on here. Item 4, consent agenda. Are there any items that any council person would like to have pulled and voted on separately? Otherwise, I would take a motion to move the consent agenda as distributed.
M1 and 2.
Yep, M1 and 2 are pulling for sure. Those are our proclamations. Are there any other items? Otherwise, I would take a motion.
Move for the remainder.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Please vote.
Five yes.
Okay, 4M1, proclamation for Native American Heritage Month, November 2024. I'm going to read this proclamation. Actually, I'll take a motion and a second. Can I get a motion?
So move.
It's been moved. Is there a second?
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. I'm going to read this proclamation. We're going to vote on it. We're going to go to the next proclamation, do the same thing, and then we're going to ask the groups that are here for these proclamations to come up and take a picture with myself and the council and city manager at the dais here. Okay. Native American Heritage Month proclamation. Whereas the city of West Des Moines recognizes and proclaims November as Native American Heritage Month, and whereas November is a time when many friends and families come together to give thanks, but let us also remember the generosity of the Wampanoag tribe and continued resilience of our Native community. Whereas the story of Iowa is inextricably tied to the story of the indigenous people, with our name deriving from the Sioux word sleepy ones, and whereas we recognize the long and complicated history that brought us to reside on the lands that we call West Des Moines, and acknowledge and honor the people who cared for this land before the city was established, the Iowa and the Sauk and Fox Meskwaki nations. And whereas 2024 marks a significant milestone with the return of 1,600 acres of Iowa land back to the Winnebago tribe of Nebraska through eminent domain. And whereas Native Americans have played a key role in American history and have persisted despite the grave atrocities and continue to push for sovereignty and justice, so this month we honor their legacy and future by joining other cities in recognizing the cultural wealth, knowledge, and ingenuity of Native people. Now, therefore, I, Russ Trimble, Mayor of the City of West Des Moines, Iowa, and on behalf of the City Council, do hereby proclaim November 2024 as Native American Heritage Month. Together, let us commit to learning about the diverse experiences and contributions of Native Americans. Signed this 4th day of November, 2024. With that, is there any discussion? Okay, please vote.
Five yes.
Okay, item 4M2.
Motion for approval.
Okay, it's been moved. Is there a second? Okay. I am going to read this in a second, but I just want to acknowledge some of the people that we have here with us today. We have got 4 service members with the Iowa Army National Guard in attendance. They represent units that will be coming into the new West Des Moines Armory Readiness Center on Veterans Parkway. We've got First Sergeant Eric Long with the 2168 Transportation Company. Captain Ryan LaFave, Commander Bravo Company 1-168IN. We've got Sergeant First Class Rory McKenzie, First Sergeant Bravo Company 1-168IN, and Sergeant First Class Joshua Lansink, Readiness NCO Bravo Company 1-168IN. Also in attendance here, we have got our state photographer, Sergeant Annalise Guckenberger, and we've also got Jackie Schmillen here, who's the Director of Public Affairs for the Iowa National Guard. And we've got our VFW here in attendance as well. With that, I'm going to read. Whereas the City of West Des Moines recognizes and honors our veterans for their service and courage to protect our freedoms. Whereas on the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month, on the 11th of November 1918, an armistice was reached, ending fighting between allied nations and Germany. More than 4.7 million Americans put down their arms and marked the official end of World War I. In 1954, Congress officially renamed the day Veterans Day to recognize all those who have served in our armed forces. And whereas we honor the service, dedication, and selfless sacrifice of our veterans to uphold the delicate freedoms and liberties we so deeply cherish. And whereas on this day, we thank our veterans, living and deceased, who served honorably during war and peacetime, we recognize their service has required sacrifice, hardship, endurance, dedication, bravery, courage, and the highest level of patriotism. And whereas this day provides us the opportunity to recognize our local West Des Moines, Emmerich, Williams, VFW Post 8879, and other military organizations that have banded together and are active in service of our veterans, residents, and community. And now, therefore, I, Russ Trimble, Mayor of the City of West Des Moines, Iowa, do hereby call upon our community to recognize November 11th as Veterans Day and urge all residents of West Des Moines to honor the valor and sacrifice of our veterans by remembering that freedom is not free, and these individuals paid for the freedoms we all enjoy today. Signed this fourth day of November 2024. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, please vote.
5 yes.
And with that, can we get the two groups to come down and take a photo with us right here in front? All right, we'll do the largest group here first, veterans. Who wants to be honors of upholding proclamation? All right, is everybody in? Do we have a wide angle lens?
They like each other.
All right, who's first? All right, thank you guys. Thank you all. Thank you guys so much. Hey, good to see you. How's everything going? Pretty good. Yeah? Yeah, you guys keep it. All right, just keep it. Put it somewhere. We've got a copy for ourselves. Thank you for all you guys did. Nice one. Jackie, always a pleasure. Hey. Take care. Thank you. Okay, now we got the other one.
Got the alternate together.
Right, but, no, but we're gonna have our.
Oh, yeah.
Anybody here for it? Oh. Anybody for Human Rights Commission?
What?
Anybody from Human Rights Commission here for? No?
Is Audrey here?
All right, Renee, you and I, you, me and Doug will take a picture by ourselves.
Here.
All right. All right, come on, guys.
Grab Audrey.
Come on, Tom.
Human Rights Liaison.
Yeah.
Stand for pictures.
I had a longer arm to do a selfie.
I could do that.
Here.
All right, get up here, Audrey. Here, you come in the middle. Come there. Here, you and Renee are gonna hold this beautifully written. Gee, you're looking at this. Multi-talented. Here he comes. He does fire, he does EMS, photography.
Ready? Smile, please. Smile again. I'm making funny face.
All right.
Then a dog.
Jesus. What happened? Oh, Lord. Okay, item 5, old business. We have no old business to attend to. Item 6, public hearings. We've got a number of public hearings tonight. Item 6A, this is the time and the place for a public hearing to consider Ridgeview at Moffett Lake, 3760 Southeast Moffett Lake Road, amend the zoning map to establish single-family residential zoning initiated by Palomar Farms LLC. Ryan, did you please read the date the notice was published?
October 18th, 2024 in the Des Moines Register.
And have we received any written comments to this hearing?
Plan and Zoning Commission, by a vote of 6 yes with 1 absent, adopted a resolution recommending approval of the rezoning request.
Okay, anybody in the audience that would like to address the council on item 6A, please come to the podium, give us your name and address to the record. Anybody online, please hit *6 to unmute yourself. If anybody comes up to speak on behalf of the applicant, I believe that's going to be an automatic no by the council. Just kidding.
Okay.
Go ahead. Please give us your name and address for the record.
Thank you. Dean Roger with CDA here on behalf of the applicant, who is Palomar Farms LLC. Jared Johnson is in attendance tonight. I'll be brief. Rezoning 80 acres, R1 for single family properties just south of Moffett Lake Road. And consistent with the comp plan land uses that were approved, there was some discussion about future comp plan for industrial to the north of us. We're fine with that. We understand that. And we're actually putting in a landscape buffer on our side of the property to soften that with our single family lots and our double frontage that we have. So that's pretty much it. I just want to
Okay.
let you know I'm here if you have any questions.
Yep. Good to see you, Dean.
Thank you.
Why don't you just hang out in the front row in case there are any questions. Okay, is there anybody else in the chamber that would like to address the council on item 6A? Mark, come on up. Give us your name and address for the record.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Mark Lee, Lee Chamberlain Consultant Engineers, 10430 New York Avenue, Urbandale, Iowa. We have no objection. I'm here representing my lovely wife's family. We have no objection to the R1 zoning. However, we are concerned about the transition. We did meet with staff, and they explained that the options fell to the developer. And we just hope that they do the right thing with, especially with Moffett Lake Road being a minor arterial and the industrial land use across the street. That's all I
Okay.
have.
All right, thank you, Mark. Anybody else in the chamber? Okay, is there anybody online that would like to address the council on this item? Hit *6 to unmute yourself. Give us your name and address for the record. Is there anybody online? Okay, hearing and seeing no one, I'm going to declare the public hearing closed. We've got an ordinance for approval of the first reading to consistency zone the property, and there are no outstanding issues, but there is one condition of approval regarding the fact that no driveways can be directly located off of Southeast Moffett Lake Road due to the anticipated heavier traffic off that road. Does someone want to move consideration of the first reading?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Is there any discussion on the dais?
I'd just say I appreciate the conversation, Mark. Thanks for coming up and giving your perspective on it. And Jared, we've had other projects with other neighbor issues, and I've always appreciated the way you've approached development. So thanks for doing that, and I look forward to moving this forward here.
Okay, any other discussion? Okay, please vote.
5 yes, an ordinance amending the official zoning map of the city of West Des Moines, Iowa, 2024 by amending Title IX zoning, Chapter 4 zoning districts and maps.
Move approval of the first reading.
Second.
Okay, please vote.
5 yes.
Okay, item 6B. This is a time and place for a public hearing to consider Cascade Avenue vacation, vacate 189 square feet of Cascade Avenue right-of-way west of South 93rd Street, initiated by the city of West Des Moines. Ryan, could you please read the date the notice was published?
October 23rd, 2024 in the Des Moines Register.
And received any written comments to this hearing?
The Plan and Zoning Commission, by a vote of 6 yes with 1 absent, adopted a resolution recommending approval of the vacation request.
Okay, anybody that would like to address the council on item 6B, please come to the podium, give us your name and address for the record. Anybody online, hit star 6 to unmute yourself and do the same. Is there anybody either online or in the chamber that would like to address the council on item 6B? Okay, hearing and seeing no one, I'm going to declare the item, or the public hearing closed. We've got an ordinance for approval of the first reading to vacate the public right-of-way, and there are no outstanding issues. Does someone want to move consideration of the first reading?
Motion to consider the first reading?
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? Okay, please vote.
Five yes, an ordinance vacating 189 square feet of right-of-way of Cascade Avenue.
Motion to approve the first reading?
Second.
Okay, please vote.
Five yes.
Okay, item 6C, this is a time and a place for a public hearing to consider Grand Experience Affordable Housing Urban Renewal Area initiated by the city of West Des Moines. Ryan, would you please read the date the notice was published?
October 25th, 2024 in the Des Moines Register.
And have we received any written comments to this hearing?
None, Your Honor.
Okay, anybody in the audience that would like to address the council item 6C, please come to the podium, give us your name and address for the record. Anybody online, hit star 6 to unmute yourself and do the same. Is there anybody either online or in the chamber that would like to address the council on item 6C? Okay, I will declare the public hearing closed. We've got an ordinance for approval of the first reading to vacate the public right-of-way, and there are no outstanding issues. Does someone want to move consideration of the first reading?
So move.
Second.
Hold on a second.
You're back
I'm
on the
on the
previous
wrong
item
one.
still.
Okay,
Yeah.
sorry.
6C.
Let's not move and second the wrong one. Sorry. We got a resolution for approval of the Grand Experience Affordable Housing Urban Renewal Plan, and there is one outstanding issue, and that is that we need to separately approve the Urban Renewal Development Agreement and a TIF ordinance to establish a base value for incremental taxes generated. This was also approved unanimously by the Finance Administration City Council Subcommittee. Now, does somebody want to move approval? of the
Motion to
resolution?
approve.
Second.
Thank you, guys. Thanks for sticking with me here. Sorry about that. Okay, is there any discussion?
Yeah, this came before our Finance Administration Subcommittee. I want to thank Councilman Lotz for working through this and the rest of the finance team and the rest of the economic development team as well. I know Ryan Moffett has put a lot of work into this, and I know the finance department has as well, so I want to thank the staff for this. There's a lot of stuff going on here, but this is a really, really important project going forth, and this is really just step one of this process to really approve the urban renewal plans, and then we'll talk about a development agreement later, but I think this is going to be, I don't know, I don't want to say game changer, Mr. Tremble, but I will gladly say that because
Call on me.
this is going to be an important development right across the street from the Recplex. And while there is some complexity, I do believe it's going to bring a great deal of economic impact in the positive way to the city of West Des Moines. I sit on the Catch Des Moines Executive Board, and I know that they are also excited about this to happen because it just means that just makes the city of West Des Moines have one more kind of check mark on some of the awesome things that we have as a draw, not just in the state, but really as a really important regional draw for folks who live around the Midwest. So I'm excited to move forward with this. And again, grateful for the staff for all the work that they put into this. So I'm supportive.
Yes, and I will say game changer. This is going to be a huge game changer for us. We are starting to become a destination for people to come to, not only around the state of Iowa, but also in the Midwest and even outside of there. This is huge not only for our city, but this is also huge for the state of Iowa because a bunch of people will come to go to this water park and stay at this hotel and have a bunch of fun. And I can just tell you right now how big of a game changer this is. The last time that this appeared, I think one of the media outlets ran this story. It was a fairly basic story. There were 3,200 likes or loves, 324 comments, 518 shares. People are excited about this project, and it shows. So,
Well,
nobody's more excited than me to have this thing come here.
I'm excited as well, and I want to echo Councilman Hudson's comments. We have 6C, D, E, F, G, H, I. I think it ends at item I for this whole development. and somebody from another city in our area was commenting to me, how do we always all get the nice things? And it's a little bit of a lot of things, but I think part of it goes to staff pushed a lot of pencils and sharpened and blunted a lot of pencils to make this all work. There was a lot of input from a lot of folks around this dais. And so, we work hard with people and put in a lot of effort, and I think it shows when you get to things like this. Plus, the last piece, I think, is the Honorable Russ Trimble sitting down there with the vision for these kinds of things. So thank you for your work, Mayor.
Thank you, Councilman. Appreciate it. Councilwoman Hardman.
Yeah, I'd like to just also echo the remarks that have already been made, but I want to thank Ryan for sitting down and really explaining some of the nuances, because there are nuances to big projects, and really being there to say, this is what we have and what questions you have, because that really does help. So, when we think about the kinds of things that we're doing, Top Golf, you said that was a game changer. Now this, there's a lot of things that we're doing here that I think go to the quality of life initiatives. And so that's been kind of, as all of us run for office, as all of us sit on this dais, we want to have a community that provides options and quality of life for all stages of life. And I think this is what this particular facility does. It's a team sport. We can't get there unless all of us say yay, and we want to get there. And so thanks for the vision. Thanks for carrying it through. Thanks for prior administration. Thanks for everybody that had one little voice in trying to make this happen, because it was a series of a lot of voices.
No doubt about it. And this is, this project in different forms has been going on for over 4 years. We started with just a convention center and hotel up by Ponderosa. That was 2 years worth of that, if you guys remember that. That was 2 years, and then we asked the developer, what if you went down south and added a water park feature to it? And this water park is going to be double the size of the Great Wolf Lodge in Kansas City. So it's going to be a huge draw to this area and a big deal for the people who live here. And we are still working through the development agreement with Mr. Bergman and Riley Hogan and others who we also have to thank as well. But we are trying to, and I don't want to promise something that doesn't happen, but we will fight to continue to get a discount for West Des Moines residents to be able to go to the water park throughout the weekdays. Ryan and I have been fighting for that, and we will keep doing that. And I also want to thank City Manager Tom Haddon and Ryan both. A lot of people have put a lot of work into this thing. This project, it's seen its ups and downs, and like I said, it's been going on for 4 years. For a while, I thought that interest rates were going to get the better of this project, but everybody kept powering through, and I think when people were ready to call time of death, Tom Haddon helped revive this thing and keep it going forward. And this is going to be a phenomenal project, like I said, not only for West Des Moines, not only for the region, but for the entire state. So thank you to my colleagues, everybody that has worked so hard on this project, and staff as well for everything you've done, so many different iterations of this thing. Can't wait for this thing to get here. I will buy you all a cocktail at the hotel bar when this is done. Philip, you too. All right. With that.
Mayor, I'm going to be abstaining due to a conflict here. So I won't reiterate to all of these items, but through, I think, 6I.
All right. Sounds good. With that, I believe we have a motion and second, right? Please vote.
4 yes, 1 abstention due to potential conflict of interest.
All right. Item 6D. This is a time and a place for a public hearing to consider Grand Experience Water Park Urban Renewal Area initiated by the City of West Des Moines. Ryan, just please read the date the notice was published.
October 25th, 2024 in the Des Moines Register.
And have received any written comments to this hearing?
None, Your Honor.
Okay, anybody from the audience would like to address council on item 6D, please come to the podium, give us your name and address for the record. Anybody online, hit *6 to unmute yourself and do the same. Is there anybody either online or in the chamber that would like to address the council on item 6D? Okay, hearing no one, I will declare the public hearing closed. We've got a resolution to adopt the Grand Experience Water Park Urban Renewal Plan, and there is one outstanding issue, again, that you're going to keep seeing, which is separately approving the Urban Renewal Development Agreement and TIF ordinance date to establish a base value for incremental taxes generated. This was also, again, approved unanimously by the Finance Administration City Council Subcommittee. With that, does someone want to
Motion
move?
to approve.
Second.
Okay, it's moved and second. Is there any discussion? Okay, please vote.
4 yes, 1 abstention due to potential conflict of interest.
Okay, item 6E, this is a time and a place for public hearing to consider Grand Experience East Commercial Urban Renewal Area initiated by the city of West Des Moines. Ryan, would you please read the date the notice was published?
October 25th, 2024 in the Des Moines Register.
And have you received any written comments to this hearing?
None, Your Honor.
Okay, anybody that would like to address the council on item 6E, please come to the podium, give us your name and address for the record. Anybody online, hit star 6 to unmute yourself and do the same. Is there anybody online or in the chamber that would like to address the council on item 6E? Okay, I will declare the public hearing closed. We've got a resolution to adopt the Grand Experience East Commercial Urban Renewal Plan, and there is one outstanding issue again, which you all know, and I'm not going to repeat.
Motion for approval.
All right. Is there a second? It's been moved and second. Is there any discussion on the dais? Okay, hearing none, please vote.
4 yes, 1 abstention due to potential conflict of interest.
Okay, item 6F, this is the time and place for a public hearing to consider Grand Experience West Commercial Urban Renewal Area initiated by the city of West Des Moines. Ryan, would you please read the date the notice is published?
October 25th, 2024 in the Des Moines Register.
And have you received any written comments to this hearing?
None, Your Honor.
Okay, anybody in the audience who would like to address council on item 6F, please come to the podium. Give us your name and address for the record. Anybody online, hit star 6 to unmute yourself and do the same. Is there anybody in the chamber or online that would like to address the council on item 6F? Okay, I'm going to declare the public hearing closed. We have got a resolution to adopt the Grand Experience West Commercial Urban Renewal Plan, and there is that one outstanding
Motion for
issue.
approval.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? Okay, please vote. That's
4
what we call
yes, 1 abstention due to potential conflict of interest.
the state, they say short form on that one. Yeah. Okay, item 6G. This is a time and a place for a public hearing to consider Grand Experience Southeast Commercial Urban Renewal Area initiated by the city of West Des Moines. Ryan, would you please read the date the notice was published?
October 25th, 2024 in the Des Moines Register.
And have we received any written comments to this hearing?
None, Your Honor.
Okay, anybody in the audience who would like to address council on item 6G, please come to the podium, give us your name and address for the record. Anybody online, hit star 6 to unmute yourself and do the same. Is there anybody, either online or in the chamber, that would like to address the council on item 6G? Speak now or forever hold your peace. Going once, going twice. I'm going to declare the public hearing closed. We've got a resolution to adopt the Grand Experience Southeast Commercial Urban Renewal Plan, and there is that one outstanding
Motion for
issue.
approval.
Second.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Okay, please vote.
4 yes, 1 abstention due to potential conflict of interest.
All right. Item 6H, this is the time and place for a public hearing to consider Grand Experience Southwest Economic Development Urban Renewal Area initiated by the city of West Des Moines. Ryan, would you please read the date the notice is published?
October 25th, 2024 in the Des Moines Register.
And have we received any written comments to this hearing?
None, Your Honor.
Okay, anybody in the audience or online that would like to address the council on item 6H, please come to the podium, give us your name and address for the record. If you're online, hit star 6 to unmute yourself and do the same. Is there anybody either online or in the chamber that would like to address the council? Okay, hearing none, I'm going to declare the public hearing closed. We've got a resolution to adopt the Grand Experience Southwest Economic Development Urban Renewal Plan, and there's that one outstanding
Motion for
issue.
approval.
Second.
All right, thank you, Councilman Trevilian. It's been moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? Okay, please vote.
4 yes, 1 abstention due to potential conflict of interest.
Okay, item 6I, we're being asked to continue to the December
Motion to
2nd
continue.
council
Second.
meeting. It's been moved and seconded. Okay. please vote.
Four yes, one abstention due to potential conflict of interest.
Okay, item 6J, this is time and place for a public hearing to consider Mill Civic Parkway widening South 81st Street to South 88th Street, initiated by the city of West Des Moines. Ryan, would you please read the date the notice is published?
October 18th, 2024 in the Des Moines Register.
And have we received any written comments to this hearing?
None, Your Honor.
Okay, anybody from the audience that would like to address the council, you know what to do. Come up to the podium, give us your name and address for the record. Anybody online, you also know what to do. Hit *6, not #6, or #6 to unmute yourself and give us your name and address for the record. Is there anybody online or in the chamber that would like to address the council? Okay, I'm going to declare the public hearing closed. We've got two resolutions and a motion which we can take at the same time, and there are no outstanding issues. Does someone want to move approval?
Motion for approval.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Okay, please vote.
5 yes.
Okay, item 6K. This is the time and the place for a public hearing to consider Scenic Valley Park Court and asphalt trail improvements initiated by the city of West Des Moines. Ryan, would you please read the date the notice is published?
October 18th, 2024 in the Des Moines Register.
And have we received any written comments to this hearing?
None, Your Honor.
Okay, anybody in the audience like to address the council on item 6K, please come to the podium. Give us your name and address for the record. Anybody online, hit *6 and do the same. Is there anybody either online or in the chamber that would like to address the council on item 6K? Okay, I would have thought there would have been some pickleball enthusiasts out there excited about two new pickleball courts coming. But with that, I'm going to declare the public hearing closed. We once again have two resolutions and a motion we can take together, and there are no outstanding issues, and this was also approved unanimously by the Public Services City Council Subcommittee.
Motion for approval.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded, and as I noted, there are going to be two new pickleball courts added here, so get excited. This will be a great project for the neighborhood. All right, any further discussion?
For both this item and the next item, if you notice, the bid that we are ultimately accepting came in well below the estimate for both these projects. So thank you to Mr. Penning, Mr. Hemiseth, and the teams for doing a great job at, I suppose, estimating the first place, because I know your estimates are really, really good. But it's good news that folks want to do business with the city and that those bids came in lower than expected. So that's great news. Thank you both for that.
Absolutely. Any other comments?
Maybe a testament to updating that software so we could have, the bids come through online to, solicit more responses. So good to see it.
It is, absolutely. Okay, any other discussion on the dais before we vote? All right, it's a great project. Please vote. Great project.
5 yes.
Okay, item 6L. This is the time and the place for a public hearing to consider a 2024 sewer cleaning and televising program initiated by the city of West Des Moines. Ryan, would you please read the date the notice is published?
October 18th, 2024 in the Des Moines Register.
And have we received any written comments to this hearing?
None, Your Honor.
Okay, anybody in the audience or online that would like to address the council, please come to the podium, give us your name, address to the record. If you're online, hit *6 to unmute yourself. Is there anybody that would like to address the council on this item? Okay, hearing and seeing no one, I'm going to declare the public hearing closed. This is also an exciting project. I am proud that we always work on maintaining what we have in the city, cleaning and televising the sewer. It may not be the sexiest thing, but it is extremely, extremely important. And I cannot thank our public services, our engineering staff enough for staying on top of this kind of stuff. So we've got two resolutions and motions we can take together. There are no outstanding issues, and this was also approved unanimously by the Public Services City Council Subcommittee.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? Okay, please vote.
5 yes.
All right, item 7, new business, brought to you by Rooster Booster. Item 7A, Isles, Jordan Creek, Plat 1, 7150 Ashworth Road, approve final plat to create one lot for commercial development and one street lot. Isles Funeral Home Real Estate LLC. We have got a resolution for approval and release of the final plat, and there are no outstanding issues. With approval and release of the final plat, we're also approving and accepting a deed for a lot to be dedicated as a public street right away. Legal documents establish public easements for ingress and egress and landscape buffer and stormwater management facility, covenant and permanent easement agreements for this property. Does someone want to move approval of the
Motion for
resolution?
approval.
All right, it's been moved and seconded. Is there anybody in the chamber or online that would like to address the council on item 7A? Star 6 again for you folks that are online. All right, is there any discussion on the dais? Okay, please vote.
5 yes.
All right, item 7B, Valley Church, 4343 Fuller Road, approve level 1 minor modification to the site plan to allow a 38-foot tall cross to be installed on the building. Eagle signs. We have got a resolution for approval of level 1 minor modification to the site plan. There are no outstanding issues, and this was approved unanimously by the Planning and Zoning Commission. There is one condition of approval regarding the lighting of the cross to be static and not changing within a 24-hour period. With that, can I get approval of the resolution?
Motion approved.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. Is there anybody in the chamber or online that would like to address council on item 7B?
We're not going to say no.
Okay, is there any discussion on the dais? Okay, please vote.
No on that.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
5 yes.
Okay, item 7C, plat of survey parcel 24-99, intersection of Westport Drive and Twilight Drive. Approved plat of survey to create 9.9 acre parcel for the transfer of ownership, Heartland Land Development LLC. We've got a resolution for approval and release of the plat of survey, and there are no outstanding issues. There is one condition of approval, and that is the applicant acknowledging that this is simply being done for transfer of ownership and that the current or future owner will be responsible for public improvements to the property. Can I get a motion to approve the resolution?
Approval.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. Is there anybody in the audience or online that would like to address council item 7C? Okay, is there any discussion on the dais? All right, please vote.
5 yes.
All right, item 7D, amendment to city code, mayor compensation. We have got an ordinance amendment for approval of the first reading, and there are no outstanding issues.
Move approval.
Okay, so moved, is there a second?
Second.
So moved and seconded. Is there anybody that would like to address the council on item 7D, either online or in the chamber? All right, MJ, our friend MJ's coming up. All right, MJ.
MJ Hoag, 413 Second Street. It's been almost 20 years since you guys got a raise. About damn time. So I am supportive of this in that it stops the bleeding to inflation. That being said, I do think it's actually a little low. So the $9,000 that council members, that $9,000 2006 is worth $14 today. The $14,000 that the mayor made, in 2006, that's worth over $22,000 today. Neither of those is really that much. And you guys put a lot of time into serving, into being council members, right? And so kind of like the staff report says, right? Like there is an equity issue. Like you can't serve if you can't afford the babysitter for the 4 dozen meetings you guys attend every week. If you can't attend the gas or whatever. So I think you guys should actually be paid more than that, so that to make it easier for people to consider serving.
That's kind of the balance that we're trying to look at. If you notice, this won't take effect, neither one of these takes effect till January 1 of 2028. So conceivably, this isn't even for us.
Right.
We could all lose our elections, and this is for the people that come after us. But that is, appreciate your support. That is the balance that we're trying to look at. None of us are doing this for the money.
Right, like
We
nobody
love
wants.
our city, but you do have to try to
Right.
do that balance, which is why I think it makes sense to have the cost of living adjustment in there.
Yeah, I'm glad that's in there. And like, I understand, like, nobody wants to be the elected official who voted for their own raise.
Right.
Right, because like the attack ad writes itself. But again, like, it's already fallen significantly behind inflation from when it was set.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's fair to catch up.
Yep. Thank you for your comments. Really appreciate you being here and appreciate your comments. Councilwoman Hardman.
I just want to say thank you. I mean, it is so nice to hear acknowledgement of what others feel, because there'd be 1,000 other people that said you don't even deserve $9,000 a year for the work you do. So I want to say thank you. I do think we are being cautious here to try to make sure that we're good stewards of the taxpayer dollars. We're here to serve. But I think it's refreshing that you're standing here and you come and you voice opinions on all kind of things. We always have agrees to disagrees, but you speak your mind sometimes. And so I just want to say thank you. It's refreshing that you've acknowledged kind of a difference than this vote, but we're really trying to be good stewards of the taxpayer dollars. But thank you.
Thank you, MJ. Okay.
Well,
any other
I'll
discussion?
share
Okay.
one thing. I will
Go ahead.
not share the same lengthy homily that I shared at the Finance Administration Subcommittee. I understand why this is a tough vote, but it was really, really important. Staff came forward with a recommendation for this, and Councilman Lotz and I talked about it. And in my vote for yes, my yes vote at the subcommittee level was based on the premise that was established, I guess, with the 27th Amendment. If you didn't know, when the Bill of Rights was passed in 1789, there were 2 amendments that didn't make it. There were actually supposed to be 12, not the original 10. The 11th one, it was proportionate representation, so it didn't go anywhere. But this 12th Amendment was actually passed through Congress, ratified in the House, ratified in the Senate, but then it just sat there for roughly 2 centuries until a college student found it in 1984 or 1985 and said, hey, this is a really good amendment. The amendment said, it's the 27th Amendment, it was the last time our U.S. Constitution was changed. The amendment said congressmen and congresswomen and senators, because they vote for their own pay, they're not allowed to change their own pay until there's another election. And that way, we all can't get elected, then give ourselves a pay raise in January and February and March and April and May and so on. So when I voted yes, I was trying to take the spirit of that 27th Amendment to make it a part of this proposal. And I think Mayor Trumbull said it. Because it doesn't take effect, because until January 1st, 2028, is that it? If Councilman McKinney and I are up for re-election, it's in 2027. And if the good people of West Des Moines decide to give us the heave-ho if we chose to run for re-election, totally get it. But then that would be fine. And then the new people would be able to be compensated in that way. And for the 4 members who are over there, Kevin and Doug and Renee and our good mayor, if they aren't reelected in 2025, 1 year from now, then again, this compensation still won't take place until there could potentially be all 6 new people up here. And I think that's, as Councilwoman Hardman said, trying to be as a good balanced steward of taxpayer dollars. MJ, I appreciate your comments and thank you for being kind with your comments about our service. But the fact that it doesn't take effect for 4 years, I think that's an important thing to know, that we have a chance to face accountability from the voters before any pay increase goes into effect. So that was my thinking. And it's a tough vote, obviously, for those reasons. However, I am supportive going forward, if not for me, for a future person who's sitting in this seat who does spend a lot of time doing this job. It's a lot of work, so thank you for listening for a couple minutes.
Well, and the other thing I'd point out is that our staff has taken a look, and we do this with all of our employees, taken a look at what others around the metro are making, what our competition is making, and the city of Des Moines, the mayor in the city of Des Moines, much larger city, 3 times larger, they're making $70,000 and their council's making $35,000 a year. You take a look at Cedar Rapids, their mayor's at $38,000 and their council's at $19,000. You look at Iowa City and they're roughly $15,000 and $12,000. Urbandale, mayor's makes $15,000, the council's $8,500, and Waukee, again, cities smaller than us, 15,400 and 8,800. So it is somewhat in line. Yeah, Davenport's 45,000 for the mayor, 15,000 for the council. Sioux City is 17,000 for the mayor and 15,000 for the council. So it's, I think, somewhat competitive. And again, in January 1 of 2028, I mean, the discount rate of money over time in that situation is going to be probably worse than what you cited here, MJ. But thank you for your comments. Thank you for everything you offered to this conversation. Is there any other discussion before we vote on this one?
You want me to say something?
I'm just wondering if you want to say anything. But
No,
what would really be
I-
funny is if you guys voted this one down and the other one passes. But
Well,
I'd have to chuckle. I'd have to chuckle.
that'd be a
laugh a
judgment I
little.
won't do,
All right.
but I think, I appreciate MJ's comments. We had a lot of discussion at FNA about this. I don't think that, if we want people to do this, if we want to expand who can actually run for office, $1,000 doesn't do it. And so to me, it's kind of a nice gesture, but really not really worth the time to vote on it. So that's why I said no, and I'm going to say no tonight. But it's really not a value judgment on anything anybody's doing up here. It's just really, nobody's doing this for the money. So.
And the other thing I would say is that there are, there's a lot of different events that we go to, and we've taken a very strict stance on that. City is not having a sponsorship or buying a table, and oftentimes a lot of you guys go to these different events and support the regional committees and boards and commissions that have various events, and those are not cheap either. So there's an acknowledgement towards that as well. Councilwoman Hardman.
Yeah,
And I'd just like to say, thanks for the staff for putting this together. I do think I think
they really intended to try to be as modest as they could. Even if I vote yes, I want to make it clear, this doesn't even start till 2028, okay? Who knows where I'm going to be? Who knows who's going to be sitting on this seat? But, I've been working in HR for many years, and I know this is public service, but, there are lots of us that take lots and lots and lots and lots of time traveling this great city. That's what we're supposed to do, but also going to a lot of events on our own dime. Okay, I probably go to 25, 30 events on my own dime. So some people don't, okay? And that's their prerogative. So I'm looking out for the people or the person that might be sitting in this seat and trying to create a little bit of equity. No one does it for no $10,000. You can't live off no $10,000, but at least may defer some of the costs that it takes to help run this city.
All right. With that, I believe that concludes the discussion on the dais. Okay, please vote.
Four yes, one no. An ordinance amending the city code of City of West Des Moines, Iowa by amending Title I, Chapter 6, Article A pertaining to the mayor.
Okay, who moved and, okay, I think you moved it.
Let me go back
So
here.
move,
What's going on?
move approval of the first
Yeah,
reading.
I'm sorry, move approval of the first reading, all that conversation again.
I know it, we got lost. Okay, is there a second? Who seconded it originally?
Trevelyan.
All right, it's been moved and seconded. Please vote.
Four yes, one no.
Okay, item 7E, amendment to city code, city council member compensation. We've got an ordinance amendment for approval of the first reading, and there are no outstanding issues. Okay, it's been moved. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay,
What's going on?
okay, it's been moved and seconded. Okay, is there anybody in the audience or online that would like to address the council on item 7E? Okay, is there any discussion on the dais? Well, I know that I work really hard, but you guys, I don't know, this 1,000, no, I'm just kidding.
I suspect I'm going to do a Trevelyan and go down 4-1 tonight, but we'll do it anyway.
All right, please vote.
I appreciate somebody else having that.
Yeah,
Please
I
vote.
agree. 4 years down the road, we don't know who's sitting in the seat.
4 yes, 1 no. An ordinance amending the city code of the city of West Des Moines, Iowa by amending Title I, Chapter 6, Article B pertaining to the city council.
Motion for approval of first reading.
Second.
Okay, please vote.
Four yes, 1 no.
Okay, item 8, receive, file, and/or refer. We don't have anything to receive, file, or refer. Item 9, other matters. Are there any other matters that any council person would like to bring up for the good of the order before we adjourn? Okay. Well, we take our jobs very seriously, but we like to have fun as well. And I think that can show in the council meetings. So thank you, everybody, for a great meeting. And with that,